What's up, guys? Welcome to April 20th as we dive into 2 Samuel chapter 2, where it talks about David anointed king of Judah. After this, David asked the Lord, "Should I move back to one of the towns of Judah?" "Yes," the Lord replied. Then David asked, "Which town should I go to?" "To Hebron," the Lord answered. David's two wives were Ahinoam from Jezreel and Abigail, the widow of Nabal from Carmel. So David and his wives and his men and their families all moved to Judah, and they settled in the villages near Hebron. Then the men of Judah came to David and anointed him king of the people of Judah. When David heard that the men of Jabesh Gilead had buried Saul, he sent them this message: "May the Lord bless you for being so loyal to your master Saul and giving him a decent burial. May the Lord be loyal to you in return and reward you with his unfailing love. And I too will reward you for what you have done. Now that Saul is dead, I ask you to be strong and loyal subjects like the people of Judah, who have anointed me as their new king." Ishbosheth proclaimed king of Israel. But Abner, son of Ner, the commander of Saul's army, had already gone to Mahanaim with Saul's son Ishbosheth. Then he proclaimed Ishbosheth king over Gilead, Jezreel, Ephraim, Benjamin, and the land of the Asherites, and all the rest of Israel. Ishbosheth, Saul's son, was 40 years old when he became king, and he ruled from Mahanaim for 2 years. Meanwhile, the people of Judah remained loyal to David. David made Hebron his capital, and he ruled as king of Judah for 7.5 years. War between Israel and Judah. One day Abner led Ishbosheth's troops from Mahanaim to Gibeon. About the same time, Joab, son of Zeruiah, led David's troop out and met them at the pool of Gibeon. The two groups sat down there, facing each other from opposite sides of the pool. Then Abner suggested to Joab, "Let's have a few of our warriors fight hand to hand here in front of us." "Alright," Joab agreed. So 12 men were chosen to fight from each side. 12 men of Benjamin, representing Ishbosheth, son of Saul, and 12 representing David. Each one grabbed his opponent by the hair and thrust his sword into the other's side so that all of them died. So this place at Gibeon has been known ever since as the Field of Swords. A fierce battle followed that day, and Abner and the men of Israel were defeated by the forces of David. The death of Asahel. Joab, Abishai, and Asahel, the three sons of Zeruiah, were among David's forces that day. Asahel could run like a gazelle, and he began chasing Abner. He pursued him relentlessly, not stopping for anything. When Abner looked back and saw him coming, he called out, "Is that you, Asahel?" "Yes, it is," he replied. "Go fight someone else," Abner warned. "Take on one of the younger men and strip him of his weapons." But Asahel kept right on chasing Abner. After Abner shouted to him, "Get away from me, I don't want to kill you. How could I ever face your brother Joab again?" But Asahel refused to turn back, so Abner thrust the butt of his spear through Asahel's stomach, and the spear came out through his back. He stumbled to the ground and died there, and everyone who came by that spot stopped and stood still when they saw Asahel lying there. When Joab and Abishai found out what had happened, they set out after Abner. The sun was going down as they arrived at the hill of Ammah near Gibeah. Along the road to the wilderness of Gibeon, Abner's troops from the tribe of Benjamin regrouped there at the top of the hill to take a stand. Abner shouted down to Joab, Must we always be killing each other? Don't you realize that bitterness is the only result? When will you call off your men from chasing their Israelite brothers? Then Joab said, God only knows what would have happened if you hadn't spoken, for we would have chased you all night if necessary. So Joab blew the ram's horn, and his men stopped chasing the troops of Israel. All that night Abner and his men retreated through the Jordan Valley. They crossed the Jordan River, traveling all through the morning, and didn't stop until they arrived at Mahanaim. Meanwhile, Joab and his men also returned home. When Joab counted his casualties, he discovered that only 19 men were missing in addition to Asahel, but 360 of Abner's men had been killed, all from the tribe of Benjamin. Joab and his men took Asahel's body to Bethlehem and buried him there in his father's tomb. Then they traveled all night and reached Hebron at daybreak. That was the beginning of a long war between those who were loyal to Saul and those who were loyal to David. As time passed, David became stronger and stronger, while Saul's dynasty became weaker and weaker. David's sons born in Hebron. These are the sons who were born to David in Hebron. The oldest was Amnon, whose mother was Ahinoam from Jazul. The second was Daniel, whose mother was Abigail, the widow of Nabal from Carmel. The third was Absalom, whose mother was Maachah, the daughter of Talmai, king of Geshur. The fourth was Adonijah, whose mother was Haggith. The fifth was Shephatiah, whose mother was Abital. The sixth was Ithream, whose mother was Eglah, David's wife. These sons were all born to David in Hebron. 1 Chronicles chapter 3 verses 1 through 4. These are the sons David who were born in Hebron. These are the sons of David who were born in Hebron. The eldest was Amnon, whose mother was Ahinoam from Jezreel. The second was Daniel, whose mother was Abigail from Carmel. The third was Absalom, whose mother was Maachah, the daughter of Talmai, king of Geshur. The fourth was Adonijah, whose mother was Haggith. The fifth was Shephatiah, whose mother was Abital. The sixth was Ithream, whose mother was Eglah, David's wife. These 6 sons were born to David in Hebron, where he reigned 7.5 years. David's mightiest men. These are the names of David's mightiest warriors. The first was Joashabim, the Hakmonite, who was leader of the three mightiest warriors among David's men. He once used his spear to kill 800 enemy warriors. Next in rank, the 3 were Eleazar, son of Dodai, a descendant of Ahontier. Israelite army had fled. He killed Philistines until his hand was too tired to lift his sword, and the Lord gave him a great victory that day. The rest of the army did not return until it was time to collect the plunder. Next in rank was Shammah, son of Agi from Harar. One time the Philistines gathered at Lehi and attacked the Israelites in a field full of lentils. The Israelite army fled, but Shammah held his ground in the middle of the field and beat back the Philistines, so the Lord brought about a great victory. Once during the harvest, when David was at the cave of Adullam, the Philistine army was camped in the valley of Rephaim. The 3 who were among the 30 in an elite group among David's fighting men went down to meet him there. David was staying in the stronghold at the time, and the Philistine detachment had occupied the town of Bethlehem. David remarked longingly to his men. Oh, how I would love some of that good water from the well by the gates in Bethlehem. So the three brothers broke through the Philistine lines, drew some water from the well by the gates in Bethlehem, and offered to the Lord, and brought it back to David, and he refused to drink it. Instead, he poured it out as an offering to the Lord. The Lord forbid that I should drink this, he exclaimed. The water is as precious as the blood of these men who risked their lives to bring it to me. So David did not drink it. These are examples of the exploits of the three. 1 Chronicles chapter 11 verses 10 to 19. These are the leaders of David's mighty warriors. Together with all Israel, they decided to make David their king, just as the Lord had promised concerning Israel. Here is the record of David's mightiest men. The first was Jashabim, the Hagmonite, who was the leader of the three, the mightiest warrior among David's men. He once used his spear to kill 300 enemy army warriors in a single battle. Next in rank among the three was Eleazar, son of Dodiah, a descendant of Ahoiah. He was with David when the Philistines gathered for battle at Pas-Damim, and attacked the Israelites in a field full of barley. The Israelite army fled, but Eleazar and David held their ground in the middle of the field and beat back the Philistines. So the Lord saved them by giving them a great victory. Once when David was at the rock near the cave of Adullam, the Philistine army was camped at the valley of Rephaim. The three who were among the 30 in a elite group among David's fighting men went down to meet him there. David stayed in the stronghold at the time, and the Philistine detachment had occupied the town of Bethlehem. David remarked longingly to his men, "Oh, how I would love some of the good water from the well by the gate in Bethlehem." So the three broke through the Philistine lines and drew water from the well by the gate in Bethlehem, and brought it back to David. But David refused to drink it. Instead, he poured it out as an offering to the Lord. "God forbid that I should drink this," he exclaimed. "This water is as precious as the blood of these men who risked their lives to bring it to me." So David did not drink it. These are examples of the exploits of the three. David's 30 mighty men. Abishai, son of Zeruiah, the brother of Joab, who was the leader of the 30. He once used his spear to kill 300 armed enemy warriors in a single battle. It was by such feats that he became as famous as the three. Abishai was the most famous of the 30 with their commander, though he was not one of the three. These were also Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, a valiant warrior from Kabzeel. He did many heroic deeds, which included killing 2 champions of Moab. Another time, on a snowy day, he chased a lion down into a pit and killed it. Another time, once armed only with a club, he killed an exposing Egyptian warrior who had armed with a spear. Benaiah wrenched the spear from the Egyptian's hand and killed him with it. Deeds like these made Benaiah as famous as the three mightiest warriors. He was more honored than the other members of the 30, though he was not one of the three, and David made him captain of his bodyguard. The members of the 30 included Asahel, Joab's son, a brother, Elhanan, son of Dodo from Bethlehem, Shammah from Harod, Elikah from Harod, Helaz from Palon, Elraz, son of Ikesh from Tekoa, Abiezer from Anathoth, Sabekai from Hasha, Zalman from Ahawa, Mahari from Netophah, Heled, son of Rana from Netophah, Ithai, son of Ribai from Gibeah in the land of Benjamin, Benaiah from Pirathon, Harai from Nahalai Gash, Abi Alban from Arabah, Asmaveth from Baharim, Eliabah from Shaban, the son of Jashan, Jonathan, son of Shagi from Harir, Ahiam, son of Shahariah from Harir, Eliphalet, son of Ahashbiah from Mecca, Elam, son of Ahithophel from Gilo, Hazro from Carmel, Pare from Arba, Egal, son of Nathan from Zaba, Banai from Gad, Elek from Amnon, Naharai from Bethroth, the armor bearer of Joab, son of Zariah, Ira from Jatir, Jarab from Jatir, Area the Hittite. These were 37 in all. 1 Chronicles chapter 11, verses 20 to 47. Abishai, the son of Joab, was the leader of the 30. He once used his spear to kill 300 enemy warriors in a single battle. It was by such feats that he became as famous as the 3. Abishai was the most famous of the 30 and was their commander, though he was not one of the 3. There was also Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, a valiant warrior from Kabzeel. He did many heroic deeds, which included killing 2 champions of Moab. Another time on a snowy day, he chased a lion into a pit and killed it. Once armed with a club, he killed an Egyptian warrior who was 7.5 feet tall and who was armed with a spear as thick as a weaver's beam. Benaiah wrenched a spear from the Egyptian's hand and killed him with it. Deeds like these made Benaiah as famous as the 3 mightiest warriors. He was more honored than the other members of the 30, though he was not one of the 3, and David made him captain of the bodyguard. David's mighty warriors also included Asahel, Joab's brother, Elhanan, son of Dodo from Bethlehem, Shammah from Harad, Helaz from Palan, Elra, son of Achish from Tekoa, Abiezer from Anathoth, Sibekai from Hushai, Zalmon from Ahoa, Nahari from Netophah, Helad, son of Bana from Netophah, Ithai, son of Rabbi from Gibeah in the land of Benjamin, Benaiah from Pirathon, Harai from near Gash, Abi Alban from Arabah, Asmareth from Harim, Eliabah from Shaban, the son of Jashan from Gazan, Jonathan, son of Shagi from Harir, Ahiam, son of Shariah from Hariah, Elapha son of Hefer from Mechara, Ahijah from Palon, Hezro from Carmel, Parev son of Asbael, Joel the brother of Nathan, Michal son of Hagri, Zalak from Ammon, Nahari from Beeroth, the armor bearer of Joab son of Zariah, Era from Jatir, Garba from Jatir, Iriam the Hittite, Zabad son of Athlai, Adonai son of Adina son of Sheza, the Reubenite leader who had 30 men with him, Hanan son of Micah, Joshaphat from Mithna, Izia from Ishtaroth, Shammah and Jeriel the sons of Hatham from Ariel, Jediel son of Shemrai, Johar his brother from Tiz, Eliel from Mahava, Jarabai and Joshavia the sons of Elnaim, Ithma from Moab, Eliel and Obed, Jaziel from Zobah. And that's the end for today. There's not like a whole lot to get out of because there's just a lot of names that I just butchered. But I guess just to kind of skip. I don't really want to focus too much on the names, to be honest, because that's not important. But it just seems like David has these 30 men who are special forces. These are the people that will tend to hold back the line, or they be the leader and be the last defense. I don't understand why David has these 30 mighty men, but yeah. It's like basically what I'm reading is it keeps repeating itself because I'm trying to read this chronologically, and so they will have the First Chronicles, which talks a lot about the Old Testament. It's like kind of refreshing what the Old Testament is about, and that's why we see a lot of First Chronicles throughout the Old Testament. Obviously David anointed king is really cool. I did not know that he was actually became a king at Judah before becoming the king of Israel. And so with that, it's like sometimes we are being put in a position to learn, to train, to how to be a master of something, of what God wants us to be, and then from there, God's gonna elevate us. And so with David, is like God probably knows like David can handle a whole nation, so he kind of started with the tribes, and from after doing tribes, and then he just kind of expanded to the whole nation. But unfortunately, David made enemies as well, and so his enemies formed their own country to kind of remember their founding father, which is not founding father, but like the first king, which is King Saul and stuff. So, and how like that got ugly between them and the people of Judah. But yeah, the death of Asahel is really unfortunate, but he did get warned, so I don't really. It's like the only reason why he's chasing after Abner is because Abner killed his brother Asahel. That's the only reason for why he chased so far to kill him. And even though he didn't kill him, like you have to realize like whenever something bad happens towards us, may we be slow to anger and like trust God's process of bringing justice upon those people who has done you evil, and realizing that God will not let these evil deeds slide and stuff. But yeah, like I said, it's not like a whole lot to get out of. It's just a lot of names while describing what they're especially known for and stuff. So I guess before we end, I just want to read the line. 2 Samuel chapter 2 verse 6, it says, "May the Lord be loyal to you. In return reward you will be his unfailing love." And so may you guys go and walk with God today.